And you'll think of me here at Galaxy. Of course, you know, Keith is, well, he claims to be Australian, but he's not. He was actually born in New Zealand. True deal. Really, really is. And I've met him a couple of times in my career, so I've been very lucky there. It is 29 away from 11 a.m. New Zealand Standard Time, 14 degrees downtown. The weatherman's winning today, which is unusual. Yeah, it really is. It's one of those days. Or, yeah, I'm not even going to give you the Fahrenheit because it's not up at the moment. Thursday, 7th of August, and I tell you what, better do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Got to welcome along everybody that's tuned in this morning. So very, very happy to have you. If you're a first-time viewer, I tell you what, why not do this? Why not sub, thumb, bell? Bingo. Bell notifications when we have important people, much like Alex Veach today. Believe me, fantastic music. You're going to love this. You really are. Sub, you know what to do with that. Yeah, subscribe, become part of the family. We call it the noise here at Galaxy. Yeah, we really do. Simply because you do have a voice and we listen every day. That's how we structure our breakfast show every morning, literally. We really do it that way. And, well, you know what to do with the thummy thing, don't you? Get epileptic, like us a lot. And go do the commenting thing as well. Today, coming, well, he's in LA, but really he's a native of New York, and believe me, great to catch up with Alex. Really, really is. Here's waiting on you, Alex Veach, right here at Galaxy. So that gives us a minute or two.
Awesome.
I love the shirt too, by the way.
Cool.
So why are you in LA? What's going on?
Oh, well, I met someone recently, and it's a top priority for me at the moment. So I'm, following my heart, but also taking care of some business as well. I lived here for 6 years, so I know it quite well.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I used to be a stand-up comedian, right? And then I fell in love. Okay.
Yeah.
There goes the stand-up comedy.
At your music, and I think it's important to be flexible a little bit and just roll, and that's the way it is with the art scene as well. And music, it's balancing the productivity and the passion, the art.
Sure, absolutely.
The business.
Tell me, you're quite a talented young man. I kind of liken you to a musical savant.
I don't know about that. I'm just grateful for the training that I had when I was younger. I mean, my mother's a concert pianist, so I didn't have a choice growing up. So I was getting yelled at from another room, and I had to practice piano hours a day, and I also did jazz trombone. But it wasn't until I moved to LA that I started doing hip hop production and working on R&B and even getting into electronic music. And I'm just very inspired by eclectic sounds and bridging cultures, and that's what I'm about.
Okay, well. Believe me, I've been an engineer for a good 40 plus years. I'm not going to put a number after that, but it's almost 50. And not only front of house, but also studio. And I've worked in some of the best studios in the world and with some of the best bands. And as an engineer, I'm really, really liking your stuff. So I tell you what, let's go live. What do you reckon?
Sure.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today I'm talking to Alex Veach, and believe me, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Welcome to Galaxy, Alex.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolute pleasure.
Great to be here.
It is an absolute pleasure, and let me tell you how humbled it is for me to be able to meet you. I'm really, really loving your work. I really, really am. And we opened it up with Waiting on You. Now, it would be remiss of me if I didn't say, tell me a little bit about this track.
Oh, this one, if you haven't seen it yet, this is also the first music video I just got out this last year. So it's really my foray into a little bit of, it's a mix. I mean, honestly, I get some Southern trap vibes from it and R&B, but there's some key moments from my experiences in New York, really tortured love and tortured artists, and so there are some very vivid moments that I tried to bring to life in my search for love and longing and all that. And so much of it's been answered already just through the process of going through this song and producing it and getting to the finish line with it. And yeah, I'm humbled also, just on the production side. I had to learn so much new things from my past to even get to this point. So yeah, happy to talk about various things, whether it be in the musical storytelling or also in the visual storytelling that came about when I tried to make this music video.
Absolutely fantastic. I want to give Francesca a shout out as well. Believe me, fantastic promoter is young Francesca. I remember she first phoned me about 2 o'clock in the morning. We were going through a swarm of earthquakes at the time. So it was very nice to be the only person in this building. Being radio, you've got to be the last person out of the city or out of the town, because everybody else is trying to get through and everything like that, wanting information, what's happening and everything like that. So, 2 o'clock in the morning, Francesca introduced herself, and we've had some fantastic artists come out of her promotions. So, absolutely love that. So, thank you, Francesca. Alex, I do have a question for you, and from a young lady called Robin coming out of Buffalo in New York. Check that out. That's very, very cool. She's saying, Alex, as a fan, how do I get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you an Xer? Are you a talker? But more importantly, do you respond?
Oh, I do. I try to connect with everyone as much as possible. So I'm on more so these days on Instagram and on TikTok. I have a YouTube channel. A lot of my YouTube is travel content from around the world. So you can always check out all my travels where I'm trying to explore Europe and Asia and food and culture and history. So I'm really an avid traveler. And on the music side, I'm pushing new content on TikTok. Not just the travel, but also getting into these trends and new fun content opportunities. But yeah, I'm definitely available and always looking for new opportunities to connect with fans and for business.
Yeah, I see that you've done a bit of travel. In fact, France, an Arabic collaboration, which is an interesting one for me. It really, really is. And also Egyptian. Fantastic. I mean, I've been to Cairo myself a couple of times and around the world. And we are looking at doing a few things in the Arab Emirates ourselves. So very, very interesting. It'd be nice to have a little chat to you about that. But there is something that I do want to talk to you about once we've finished this interview. If you just give me about, I don't know, if you've got a spare week or two, we'll be able to cover it at least by then. But believe me, I think it's going to be very, very important for you because literally we would like to promote you that little bit more than what we're already doing right here, if you know what I mean. So hang in there.
That's fantastic. Thanks.
Honestly, you can feel the attraction. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Good segue. Tell me about Feel the Attraction.
Ooh, well, talking about Middle Eastern beats, I think a lot of my music is evolving towards world music. And I was telling you about my desire to bridge cultures and bridge understanding and language. And I think that's what the world needs right now. And, Feel the Attraction is a taste of that. It's a little bit of a Balkan beat, right? And it's me bringing my American spin on it, trying to bridge these two cultures. And of course, there's a fever, a passion there. And I'm still, struggling with my love life and bringing it to the urban setting and making sure that I'm on the scene and having fun. So, I just have to tell you my favorite lines from this, the very ending, all I want is your love, this angel coming down. I have these strong visions when I think about that part in the closing out of the song.
Absolutely love it. I really do. Today, joining us live is Alex Veach. He's in LA, not out of New York where he lives. Here's Feel the Attraction. I do want to talk to you after this because I think you might find something rather exciting involved in this conversation, literally. And I do want to ask you, because we're actually going to another country very, very shortly, Barbara and I. This is 2 years in the planning, and believe me, there is a lot involved in this, where we've been headhunted to build radio stations.
Excellent.
And first of all, I want to ask you, without taking it for granted, even though that is my name, can I play you in our new radio stations that we're going to be building in the near future? Would you mind if we promoted you in this country?
100% yes. I'd be grateful beyond belief, and anything I can do to support and spread the word, and also, support in any way, I'd be happy to.
I will let you know about where the destination is when we finish this, okay? Because to be very honest with you, it's the best kept secret in the world right now. It seems like the whole world knows about it. It's just that we will be there in the next 6 to 8 weeks, boots on the ground. But it has taken us 2 years to get to this point. But we do have a base office. We've got everything ready to go. We've got all the crew ready to go and set up everything. It was just that, A, we had to register the business, of course, and B, we needed a bank account, which was like 50 odd pages. Because
$10,000.
Well, yeah, the thing is, with 2 different countries, right?
Yeah.
And we have to put tax numbers and all together and all that sort of stuff. So
I get it.
And halfway through it, there was a damned elections. The government, everything stops.
Politics getting involved. Are you on the right side?
Exactly. And the problem with this country, no, I'm not kidding you, it takes 6 people to do one person's job. It does. And there's a good clue, actually. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, so very happy to have you on board. Really, really am. Thank you for joining us, no matter where in the world you are. Such a pleasure, it really, really is. And today we're talking to Alex Veach. Currently he's in LA, I've been there a couple of times. I like New York though, I do. I gotta be, something about it really, really is. I think, maybe I'm missing New Yorkie myself, but, hey, it's another story. Having said that, my friend, believe me, I'm absolutely fascinated because GDB currently sitting on 2,509 requests since we've started playing this, and it's a very, very popular track. In fact, it's the first track that I actually heard of yours. And there's a process here. Literally, Barbara gets about 200 submissions a day that she listens through, which keeps her pretty busy, if you know what I mean. But we've only got a certain amount of time in a month to be able to do these interviews, if you know what I mean. So we've got to cut all of that down to be able to just come up with the best of the best. And that's what we pride ourselves on. So you ticked all the boxes there. It goes from Barbara through to production. Production and Barbara argue it out and we whittle it down a little bit more. Then it goes to a board, literally. Their only concern, and I'm going to be honest with you, is our image. It's got to fit with our image, so it does have to be good, right? Then the last process, and this one's a rather tricky one, it really is, because Barbara gives me a little USB device that I Bluetooth to my stereo in my car. Now, let me assure you, I've got an A-class stereo in my car, and well, I like to drive fast. To be very honest with you, I really do like to drive fast, and I like to do it sideways, right? So I listen to this music and drive through. We're in a little village kind of place in between three major cities, and forestry and everything like that. So I go down through the forest breaks, right, and just give it a bit of gusto. I have some bit of fun with it, you know what I mean? And I heard GDB for the very first time, and I thought, this is fantastic work. It really is. I love it. I really, really do. And in fact, to be honest with you, two of these tracks that we're playing today I've actually added to my playlist in my car permanently. I really have. So loving that. Oh, by the way, the other reason why I drive in my car is, well, I can't be influenced by anybody else. When we first started doing this, everybody says, great, you got to do this person, this person, this person. I can't do 200. You know what I mean? So I rely on being an engineer and listening to the music. And besides that, nobody else wants to drive with me. It's quite true. Yeah, they don't like going sideways. Even Barbara doesn't do it. Really. And her husband used to be a champion car racer that would go sideways. No, not for her. Anyway, GDB, tell me about this. It's not about fashion, but what's it about?
Okay. Yeah, GDB, Gucci, Dior, Balenciaga. It's not about fashion. What is it about? The key is in the end of the song. If you're any German speakers out there, you'll hear this. And yes, I'm also in fashion. This year I was in Vogue China. I got Harper's Bazaar. I'm doing New York Fashion Week in a month, so I'm also going to be swept up all in this whole Fashion Week vibe and all of that. But the message of GDB is actually about self-empowerment. It's about people out there, the listeners, becoming the designers, becoming the brand owners. Own your own brand. Bring yourself to market, become the leader, and don't follow so much, and don't get used by these brands. It's not about materialism. And so the German lyrics at the end, bringing this kind of European vibe to America and the English-speaking world, it's really about bringing your mission to every club, to every state, to every city. And that's what I want people to remember when they hear this. Yeah, it's fun and satirical, but there is an underlying message there that I think is empowering.
I absolutely love that. I really, really do. You're right here at Galaxy, joined live today, coming out of LA, Alex Veach, GDB. Not about fashion. How you feeling, Alex? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Nice. How many countries are tuned in?
162.
162 countries tuned in right now. Hello.
Where'd you go?
He ran away.
Oh,
Never
my
mind.
God.
There he ran right back again. There you go.
That little dog.
Oh, okay. There's 162 countries tuned in right now.
Excellent.
Not bad. How many cities?
6318.
6,318 cities around the world tuned in.
I have to say, my goal, and I think as an artist, I'm emerging, in the world music scene, and I want to bring people together. That's what I'm here for.
Well, believe me, I think you're doing it. I really, really do, because the number you want, and I'm going to be honest with you, is the number that, after we've finished this interview, how many computer IDs or how many IP addresses have clicked into this interview live on air. Okay, I'll give you that number at the end of this because it's still going up, all right? But I think you'll be reasonably impressed. I really do.
Great.
We've been doing this for 11 years, and when we first started, Barbara and I, we went, oh God, we'd be lucky to get 10 people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I feel it.
It's vastly different. It really is. So, and it's because of that, and what we do is because why we've been invited into another country to start building radio stations.
Excellent.
So it's not about us, it's about you.
And we need radio so much right now compared to these other channels. It's very important for the artists.
That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Now, Alex, I got a young man by the name of Rooney coming out of Kronstad in South Africa. He's asking, how do we, do you have a merch store? How do I buy a cap, a koozie and a t-shirt?
How to get the music? Was that the question?
Yeah, but how do I buy a cap, a koozie and a t-shirt as well? Do you have a merch store?
Of course, yeah. So I have I have my website right now, alexveach.com, and new merch is coming online at the moment for the Aftermath EP that was released, as well as some new initiatives going on the electronic side. So there's going to be some swag. Think about streetwear, some simple t-shirts and sweatshirts with the cover art and so yeah, you can get that at my website, alexveach.com, and the music as well as on different platforms and also available on my website. And it's great. You can get the music directly from me, and it's a great way to support. And I'll be giving back and creating more as much as I can.
Go and get yourself some merch. Literally, believe me, Alex would absolutely love you for it. He really, really would. Really, get those brands rocking throughout the American streets. Nice hoodie, do it, absolutely. And in fact, I'll tell you what, Alex, I'm going to say something to you. How would you like to send me maybe a hoodie or a t-shirt that I could wear while I'm doing these interviews? Because people, for some reason, I don't know how it works, but while we're doing these interviews, they seem to pick up on what is on, what I'm wearing at the time, and before you know it, they're on the interwebby thing, they're watching this, they're buying that, they're making some absolutely brilliant contributions to artists. Every artist needs a bit of contribution, so go on, get in there, go and buy yourself some.
I would love to.
Do that. So I would be very, very grateful and very honoured to be able to wear your brand, to be honest. So what I'll do is I'll get Barbara to pass on you all the details. What do you reckon?
Yeah, sounds good. I'll send you.
Awesome. Absolutely fantastic. Now, I got to be honest, Alex, this is my favourite Alex Veach track. It really, really is. And I don't know why. It's just something that lives in your head. It's one of these tracks that, well, I can't get it out of my head. In fact, so much so, I did say to you that I've added a couple of tracks to my car. This is one that I hear when I go home at night and when I'm coming back at work at night. Why is Ecstasy haunting me?
Yeah, it's a bit catchy, right? And I think it's motivational too. It's like no drama, right? And it's telling you to get in the gym. So it's very energizing in a way. And now you know the secret, that the secret at the end is really about getting your name, which you've already done. I mean, you're the master already. So you've already accomplished what most people, could strive for listening to this song. And so maybe that's why it resonates.
I love that, Ed. I really, really do. You're right here at Galaxy, joined live by Alex Veach. Is Ecstasy. You my new thing? So what we'll do, Alex, is we will wrap it up after this. Hang in there for a few because I do want to talk to you, but we'll take some pickies as well. Barbara's going to put it into a movie that she'll send to you probably by tomorrow because she does stuff after the scenes and stuff like that. But you will be able to get the YouTube of this pretty much instantly as soon as we're finished, okay? So no worries there. But I do really, really want to talk to you about how we can promote you a little bit further. And believe me, I'm excited about this because I think you're worthy of this, okay? I really do. And what we're about to do is we're about to make history, okay? And we've got a whole new blank canvas to work with, literally. It's a whole country and it wants to rock. It wants to have some fun. It wants some Western music and hasn't had any. Well, there's been one sort of music for 57 years and, well, quite frankly, the young ones are saying it's mum and dad's music and grandmum and dad's music, but we want something a little more substantial. So that's what we've been contracted to do.
Original with the roots inspired by the world, West, and the original, right?
All of the above.
Bringing together the different ideas.
All of the above. And believe me, I got to be honest with you, when I heard Fatal Attraction, I thought this music would fit perfectly in this country, literally.
You're going to love my new album I'm working on and some of the collaborations I have with such talented artists. And I'm blending Arabic and French and Turkish even. So I can't wait to share some of the new stuff and the remixes of Aftermath EP. So hold tight.
You better pass this stuff on to me, my friend. I want it all. But I'm talking about India.
All right, perfect.
Right.
Okay.
And
मेरा नाम Alex है. क्या हो गया?
I will give you the full story of this once we finish this. We've got about 50 seconds. So, but believe me, very, very interesting how things have transpired.
And I've traveled 7 states of India, and I could walk you around.
Nice. Well, we're going to end up. Our first one is actually in Bangalore.
Perfect. Awesome.
That's right, you're right, here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to Alex Veach, coming out of New York, but today he's in LA. We'll let him away with that one, really, we will. But having said that, Alex, got to ask you just a couple more questions before we go. Now, one of them literally is, have you got anything new in the can? Anything coming out in the near future?
There's so much I'm working on right now. I have so many unfinished tracks at the moment and remixes of the Aftermath EP. So stay tuned. I'm hustling to get this out. And as I mentioned, I'm collaborating with some really fantastic artists who speak French, and I'm speaking Turkish, and we have Arabic. And it's this new world music project is just so inspiring to me. And I also have a simultaneous electronic music project that is going to go really high energy. So stay tuned. I'm going to get this to you as soon as possible. I'm really excited. These project names are Skybridge and Nightflower, or Fleur de Nuit. So more to come on that.
That is absolutely exciting. It really, really is, because maybe, just maybe, you might consider coming back for another interview.
100%.
Brilliant. Because really, I want to know more about Wiz Khalifa, Gucci Mane, and Rick Ross in our next conversation. Now, we'll keep that in mind, believe me. Because, believe me, very, very talented young man is Alex Veach. He really, really is. Going to go places. I think he needs that little run up that step just one more time. And I think we're going to be able to try and help him with that. But in the meantime, thank you, Alex, very, very much for joining us here in New Zealand. It's been such a pleasure. Just one more question, though. Would you ever consider playing live in India?
100%. That's on my to-do list. So I can't wait till I'm back in India, and whether it's in Delhi or Mumbai or Amritsar with some Punjabi track or Bhangra, I'm, like I told you, I'm a world music artist, and it's my mission, and so I will be there.
Absolutely. I've just been told by the boys in production that's gold. Really is. So well done. Hang in there, my friend. But in the meantime, thanks for joining us today. Believe me, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to Alex Veach. And I tell you what, why not join me and Barbara at 5:30 in the morning till about 10 for the breakfast show. Guaranteed you'll hear Alex Veach in there, because you asked for it. You really did. In the meantime, happy radio, everyone.